Hello and welcome to Columbia. I'm Brian Andrews with the RCN News in English, reading the paper. What paper? Well, I am reading today the City Paper, which is the hot new English language daily in Bogota, produced by none other than our good friend Richard Emblin from NTN 24 Horas La Mañana program. When he's not doing the news there, he's making the paper.
That's right, Brian. Thank you very much for such a wonderful introduction.
Tell me about your paper in the front page this week.
Well, Brian, it's the 17th edition. So, you know, we're hot and we're new, but 17 months now we've been around. Now we have a super interview with Joel Peter Whitkin, famous American photographer, a household name around the world in galleries in Europe. He lives in Albuquerque, New Mexico. He spent a month in Bogota. He's found Bogota to be the place for his latest work. He's inspired by this place, Brian.
And he's got funky glasses.
Yeah, he's got these kind of really checkered. He bought them, I think, in Paris in some bizarre kind of boutique. But he lives in Albuquerque. He's really world famous. You know, he was a month here walking the Parque 93, the 26, all the restaurants in Bogota. Nobody recognized him. And I got the hint. I got the tip. And I said, you know what? You want to interview Joel Peter Whitkin? He's in Bogota. I said, okay, great. This is a cover story. So, Brian, we put him on the front page. And then, well, you know, it's 24 pages, color. We circulated. We printed yesterday. We're on the streets today. So we're out there, Brian. It's moving.
All right. Well, let me ask you this, because I was flipping through the City Paper.
Okay.
And I noticed, because, you know, I love to eat, even though I am flaquito. And I noticed that you've got a fabulous restaurant review of this Balache place.
Yeah, Balche is actually a really interesting place. It's just opened up in the Portobello Center in the Parque 93. It's one of the very top floor. And it's got these incredible views of Bogota, the Parque 93, the mountains. But you know what's really interesting about them, Brian, is that they're actually incorporating and doing really interesting things with tropical fruits. So all of those really bizarre fruits that you've heard about, you know, or you haven't heard about, called arasa, copasu, they're blending them into the cuisine. So you get these incredible fish platters with corozo. You have this shrimp, battered shrimp with arasa, which is some really bizarre Amazonian fruit, but it's fantastic. And actually, the inspiration behind the menu is it's a Colombian chef called Eduardo Martinez, who has another restaurant in Bogota called Minimal. And that is that's a cutting-edge restaurant.
And we can read all about it. Plus, the martinis, how are they?
They're always fantastic. You know, you and I think we
share...
we're
big martini drinkers.
We're very big martini drinkers. We're not drinking now, fortunately, but we are martini drinkers. And I think Balche has an incredible selection. But actually, it's really a wine bar.
Finally,
so
Richard, you told me that your paper this month has a really fascinating article on the people who work in the gold mines?
Yes. You know, Brian, gold is a very important export of Colombia. We have a huge presence in Colombia of multinationals looking for gold. Gold is a symbol of Colombia. It's emblematic. There's a Mexican photojournalist called Eugenio Morales who spent 6 months traveling the region between El Bagre and Zaragoza. And I think anybody who knows about gold, and a lot of your viewers are involved in multinationals in Colombia, know this region really well. It's a fascinating region. It's the eastern part of Antioquia. And this guy Eugenio has been photographing, you know, the gold miners. So he gave us a beautiful photo essay in black and white. I think it's a cutting-edge story, and I think anybody who's here as a foreigner is going to really find it's also good text.
So, Richard, do me a favor. Tell our viewers where they can go to pick up your paper.
Well, you know, as viewers in Bogota, probably the best place is Author's Books, because it is the English language bookstore in Bogota, and we always are very well stocked there. You can get us at all the embassies, but also the United Church, which is the only English language church in Bogota, on Sundays, very big with the Anglo and American communities here. But most restaurants in the Zona G, the Parque 93, Macarena, Candelaria, you'll find the City Paper. But I'm warning you, it goes fast, Brian. It goes really fast. So try to get your hands on it this week, because I can't guarantee that after the 20th it's going to be lying around.
All right, okay? Richard Emblin, the editor of the City Paper and also the co-anchor of La Mañana on Nuestra Telenoticias 24 Horas. Richard, thanks for coming by. Check out the City Paper, of course, on the back of the City Paper. Growing with Columbia, a shameless plug for advertising. All right, we need your advertising too, because RCN News in English, Columbia for the world, we're also welcoming opportunities to showcase your business to our global audience.
With all this foreign investment, Brian.
Foreign investment.
Come on, we're doing something for Colombia. We're keeping things going.
Along with Richard Emblin, I'm Brian Andrews. You're watching Columbia News from RCN.